Not only is like this social justice warrior and the class warfare warriors and everyone feigning outrage over everything that is said, it's like everybody is trying to degrade themselves in a way in order to seem more socially acceptable and politically accepted. And that, to me, I thought of that and I'm like, that's like almost like that's perfect. That's like the penance somebody would pay in order to not get outraged today.
Right, Dana, I think you're exactly right. It's a perfect end of discussion example. When we're talking about stuff, free expression like what you are wearing on your body is subject to social justice warriors' decisions about whether that's okay with them. I mean, that's how pervasive this has become and how quick people are to get outraged. I use quotes because it's fake.
Yeah. And the other thing is, this is a group of people who are constantly telling conservatives to stop judging, right? And to stop imposing our values on the rest of society, when in fact, these are the biggest judgers and values imposers ever known to man on the left right now. And what they're trying to do when it comes to this whole silencing strategy, frankly, is they are attempting to win cultural debates like the one you were just discussing and political debates by preventing the debate from even happening, right? They're trying to disqualify and delegitimize the opposition before they even get in the door.
Yeah.
So they don't have to even grapple or deal with our substantive points.
And genuine discussion continues to be put off. It's like we're in this very, very long dance and it's never ending and serious issues aren't allowed to be discussed. And I think it makes people angrier because they know we can't really discuss what needs to be discussed because everybody's too afraid to put it in words that people need to hear. And we're all dumber as a result, I think.
No, sometimes you look around at politics in general and you're like, what is this parade of stupidity? And it is because we are not having a genuine conversation as we go through all sorts of examples and end of discussion. And it's getting more and more toxic, not just for public figures. Yourself and Guy and I, we sort of take on some of the language policing and understanding that people are going to be watchdogging us when we take this job. But normal citizens are just posting on Facebook and losing their jobs or becoming national news stories. And that is not how you have free speech.
Right.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, or Brendan Ike, the gentleman who was the head of Mozilla, and he was forced to step down simply because he had donated, what was it, back in 2008, 2009, he had donated to Prop 8 privately. He didn't go out and evangelize to anybody, and I'm sure, obviously he worked with people who disagreed with him. He just did it on his own private time. And people flipped out, and they lost their minds at him, and he lost his job as a result of that outrage.
Yeah, that was actually the incident, Dana, that catalyzed Mary Catherine and me to write End of Discussion, because we found ourselves discussing privately these types of controversies more and more frequently. And when that happened to Brendan Ike, and we happened to disagree with Brendan Ike on the marriage question, but we're like, hang on a second. He got purged from the company that he founded based on his thoughts, not even his actions, based on his political, private thoughts. And is this, for by the way, espousing a mainstream American political view, and he was thrown out of this company. And we said, this is really toxic. This is scary. This is frightening. We have to really address this in a serious way. Although, look, it's a very serious topic, obviously, because it gets to the core of who we are as a country. But we didn't want to write an outraged book about outrage because we thought that might not be too fun to read. So we tried to make it a fun read.
Right, and it is. It's a great book. What do you think about? Are we ever going to get back to the day where we can have genuine discussions and everybody can be real with each other, or is that just gone? Are we just too far past?
Look, I think there are some rays of hope. When we were researching End of Discussion, it can be sad and depressing to think, oh my gosh, when are we going to get back a real conversation and real free expression? But I think you saw this week with Jerry Seinfeld talking about PC culture killing comedy, Bill Maher joining in, Jay Leno has said the same. These kind of mainstream, certainly not conservative figures saying this is really important. And they have cultural cachet, they're cool, and they're considered cool. And like that part, the comedians going, hey, this is really problematic for our livelihoods. We cannot exist if we can't experiment with language.
Right.
That, I think, can signal to people, look, these people are trying to take our fun away. That's literally what they're doing. That's why we put less fun in the subtitle of End of Discussion, because that's what this is about. Americans do not like having their entertainment choices stripped of them.
No. Oh, I would not be able to tolerate. I couldn't stomach politically correct comedy.